welcome to my channel. Today I have a new kind of video for all of y'all. This is going to be a swatch video. That is, I'm going to be swatching a few lipsticks from Oriflame's The One collection, and these lipsticks are from the One Matte Lipsticks collection by Oriflame. So let's get ahead with the swatches. So the lipstick that I'm wearing on my lips right now is called as Pink Raspberry. Okay, this is exactly how it sounds. It's like a raspberry juicy kind of shade. Well, the consistency is not exactly juicy because all the lipsticks are extremely pigmented and they're very matte and they're very long lasting and they have a very thick kind of, finish to the lips. So this is Pink Raspberry. Let's move on to the other one. I'm just gonna wipe my lips. Next, let's move on to Berrylicious. That's how it's like a perfect berry, very dark berry kind of a lip color, and wow, this looks like a really pretty color. This is a very berry shade. It's much darker than Pink Raspberry. This looks like very much of a nighttime kind of color. It's very suitable for like wedding parties and formal dinners, and it's that kind of a formal kind of a color. Whereas Pink Raspberry was like more youthful, more girlish, more fun kind of color. The next color is called as Wild Rose. Now these are all the pinks that I'm swatching at present. So somewhat of a color which is between the Pink Raspberry and the what was the other one, Berrylicious. So this is, I think it's between, it's like a medium kind of pink between Pink Raspberry and Berrylicious. Well, although it's quite dark, it's a pretty dark shade, but you can definitely pull it off during the daytime as well. Definitely a rosy color, and since it's wild rose, I feel it has very slight hints of brown in it. It's not exactly a pinky rosy kind of color. It's definitely like a wild rose, like the name suggests. Although this one is quite close to this Berrylicious, but Berrylicious is like much more dark and it has a slight hints of maroon in it, whereas this is more pinky, like browny pink kind of color. Very less brown though. So let's move on the other shade. This one is called as Molten Mauve, and I guess this is also in the pinks category. Definitely a very mauvey shade, but more of pink than mauve, but it does have that hint of mauve in it. It does, but it's not those typical light mauves, or those purpley mauves. It's more of a dark maroony pinky kind of mauve, and it does have those mauvey tints. So let's try the Nutty Plum. This is a very formal kind of shade. It's more nutty than plummy. It has a very light hints of plum in it. It's mostly like a brown, a very neutral brown day color, perfect for office wear, formal gatherings, and when you want to have a very subdued kind of color on the lips or a very subdued makeup look. This is just a perfect color. I love it. What is it? Although it's like a quite mature color, all the colors are pretty, they're not very girly, feminine kind of shades. They're very mature, ladylike shades, but the color payoff is really good. The lasting power of these colors is just amazing. I was wearing Pink Raspberry, the first one that I was wearing. I was actually wearing it for like yesterday. I wore it for around literally the whole day, and only when I sipped water after that I applied, reapplied it. But it just practically stayed on my lips for the whole day. It has a very, all these colors, you know, a very waxy and a very thick kind of consistency, but they don't feel heavy on the lips at all. That's what's the fun part about it. And the colors are just extremely pigmented. They last for a really long time. A very good quality lipsticks. Each of them are priced at 499 rupees, so that's like 500 rupees for, I guess, 4 grams. Or how much is the quantity? 4 grams. Yeah, it's 4 grams. Lovely. Nutty plum. So now we come to the browns and the reds. So the next color that I'm going to be applying, it's going to be called as Desert Sand. So let's apply Desert Sand. Really pretty shade. This is like a very light brown. Again, a very neutral color, somewhat similar to the Nutty Plum, but very, this is like a little, what would I say? It's more brown and more chocolatey, but like a very light kind of chocolate. Very light daytime wear color. Again, if you want to have a very subdued makeup look, another very beautiful shade. This is Desert Sand. I'd say the difference between Desert Sand and Nutty Plum would be that Nutty Plum has definitely plummy undertones and it's slightly darker, just very slightly darker than this one. And this doesn't have any pink or plum undertones whatsoever. This is a very basic light brown shade with a little bit of which is kind of like in the chocolates range. Now the next color is Brownie Delight. And this looks definitely very chocolate brown. Again, a very daytime shade. It's quite delightful, like the name suggests. It's a very, it has very slight reddish undertones. It's not exactly brown. I mean, it is brown, it is in the brown family of colors, but it does have very slight reddish undertones. This color is basically going to brighten up your complexion like it has for me, whereas the other two colors were quite dulling, you know. Nutty Plum and Desert Sand were quite dull colors, whereas this one it is slightly bright, you know, on the brighter side of the browns. Then it has definitely brightened up my face. Yeah. Up next we have Cherry Brown. So let's go ahead with Cherry Brown. This looks like a really dark shade, you know. This is the perfect dark cherry kind of shade, you know, that you find in almost all the collection of lipsticks of any brand. And this is again a very mature kind of lip color, a very nighttime shade. Great for formal gatherings and stuff. I like it, but not so much. I mean, it's a pretty shade. It's a basic dark cherry, maroony kind of color. Yeah, mature shade. The next shade that we have is Marry Maroon, and again, as the name suggests, it's a marriage maroon kind of shade. Probably all the brides are gonna like it. It's like a very marriage function, marriage party kind of color. Let's see. Perfect name for it. A very gorgeous, basic, dark maroon. Marry Maroon. Lovely name. Yeah, I like the name. It's a really good shade, you know, to wear with lehengas and wear on the wedding day, and beautiful color. So the last one is called as Red Seduction. Definitely seductive. This looks to me like a neutral kind of red. It's not a very warm red. or a cool red either. This definitely is a very neutral kind of red. It's not a wine red, it's not a tomato red. Just a very basic red color, and I think it's gonna look great on all kinds of skin tones, on fair skin tones, on wheatish skin tones, or even darker tones. You know, you just have to build it up, and this is a very basic neutral red that everyone can you know, have in their vanity, and it's gonna be helpful at some time or the other, definitely. So those were the swatches of all the lip colors from the Oriflame The One Matte Lipsticks collection. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Google+, and do not forget to check the description box below. There's lots more information in there. Do visit my blog. It's called www.indianbeautyreveal.com, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Which is this lipstick. Oh my god, beautiful. It's not at all plum colored shade. This is like a bright pink. You know, mauve kind of move, that move. Okay. I got something on my teeth.